We have enemy directly to our east.
Preparing to join the most dangerous United Nations operation in the world.
Pass the message, get him moving. I need to continue to press me your location where you watch the 1-2 Bravo call signs.
The Welsh cavalry will be in Mali by the end of the year. They've come to Cyprus to train. First, the Queen's Dragoon Guards will be with more than 12,000 UN peacekeeping troops, protecting civilians and trying to bring stability to the country. They specialise in intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance for 7th Infantry Brigade.
The QGG battle group will form the long-range reconnaissance group. So we'll be going out on patrols of up to about 30 days at a time. And what we'll be doing is operating across the entirety of Mali. It will be a mixture of kind of understanding so we can inform the United Nations on what needs to happen and where, but simultaneously providing security to the local nationals. And generally what we're trying to do is set the conditions for a safe and stable environment.
Mali is in West Africa and is a country roughly the combined size of France, Germany and the UK. The UN operation began back in 2013 after terrorist groups took control of major towns in the country's north the year before. Since then, the mission has suffered 231 fatalities, of which 134 were the result of malicious acts. 358 personnel have sustained serious injuries.
Our role of understanding all those different frictions that appear across the country and the various different problem sets that the government face is going to be very tricky.
In January 2021, 4 UN peacekeepers were killed and 5 others wounded in an attack by unidentified armed elements after their convoy was struck by an improvised explosive device in the Timbuktu region. In February, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres condemned an assault on a temporary operating base in Kerena, near Dunsa in central Mali, which killed 1 peacekeeper and left 27 wounded.
IDF! Doesn't take that long to compute it. Pass the message, get him moving.
One of the most experienced soldiers here is Sergeant HATTON. He's been in the army for more than 16 years, having served in Iraq and Afghanistan, and is passing on his wisdom to younger members of the squadron.
So it's a perfect environment to work on the heat and work in the arid environments.
How's it all going overall?
Stuff. It's hot. Everything's sharp, it's hot, it's frustrating, there's a lot of rage and temper, but it's good for the firefight.
How are you feeling ahead of Mali now?
Confident.
The tests are constant throughout Exercise Gower Eagle. I'm flying with search and rescue specialists from RAF Akrotiri who are lending their expertise to make the experience as dynamic as possible for medical scenarios that they'll need to be prepared for.
84 Squadron are providing a valuable opportunity for QDG to practice casualty evacuation ahead of the deployment to Mali.
We'll extract a casualty to you, over. Stand by for mist.
Sergeant Hatton signals that it's safe for them to land.
Come on, let's go.
They have to get the simulated casualty evacuated as smoothly and efficiently as possible.
CASEVAC, they're on time for the helicopter, got the casualty out. I think the time frame was 7 minutes. So from body wounding to casualty extraction is about 7 minutes. First time my guys have ever seen a helicopter doing a CASEVAC at the same time. It's good training for them. Pretty chuffed, there's a few work on points, but we'll definitely iron that out in the future.
The rotary assets they'll be operating with in theatre is different to the Griffin that they're using today. But the overall familiarisation piece of working with rotary aircraft is exactly the same. So it is muscle memory in terms of skills and drills, getting on board and off the aircraft, as well as bringing casualties to and from the aircraft. And it's just sharpening up, it quickens everything up for them.
Grenade in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, grenade. Grenade! Good. Good.
A squadron would normally be training in Thetford or Salisbury Plain, but you can see their climate is very different here in Cyprus, and that's exactly why they're here.
1-0 Alpha, 1-2 Alpha. We have enemy directly to our east on the...
Leading his first platoon after commissioning from Sandhurst last year is Second Lieutenant Ed Carter.
So it's perfect with us with regards to calling in HLSs, extracting casualties via that, and also just flying guys in, as a QRF force. It's pretty, it's good experience, really good experience, good training, yeah. It's important that you can fire your weapon systems when you're out of breath and panting, okay?
And on the ranges of Decalia, he was making sure his soldiers made the most of their chance to practice and hone their skills.
You have 20 seconds to complete this shoot. Is anyone on clear? Down! Watch and shoot! Watch and shoot! So it's really important for us, as for myself and the other troop leaders. We commissioned out of Sandhurst in the spring, and due to doing the COVID testing and things, we haven't really had much face time with our troops as such. It's a brilliant opportunity for us to get to know them, learn their strengths and weaknesses, where best to employ them within the troop, themselves, and get the best effect out of the soldiers. Prepare to move! Move!
Their time in Cyprus was also a chance to focus on a new plan to enhance their sniper capability.
Approximately 12 people will be either trained snipers, sniper commanders or sharpshooters. So that's 12 out of the 80 which I will be deploying. Normally it could be as low as 0. I think people traditionally see snipers as a very kind of offensive capability. Actually it's as much about force protection and about understanding. They have the ability to see further, reach out further. And whilst, in the films they like to see them crawling around just to try and get that final shot, actually it's far more part of this kind of reconnaissance battle group that we're part of. It's all about understanding. And if I can put people out to see out further to get a better understanding and cover that ground, sniper's the best place to do that. And that's why we're investing in this capability.
Scores as follows: lane 2, 18 out of 20, lane 3, 19 out of 20.
And practicing his sharpshooter skills is Lance Corporal Smith, a former professional ballet dancer turned soldier who's had a good start to the year before he headed out to Cyprus.
I got promoted at the start of the year, so it's good now to push forward as a Lance Corporal and use my skills to better myself. I think it is a privilege for us to be working towards going to Mali as a UN mission, as we get to go together, and we are a close-knit regiment.
Potentially that's where they can insert. Cool. So watch out for anyone coming through the trees and stuff like that.
It's nice to have a squadron that you can feel comfortable going on a deployment with, because the generations since the Afghan era is, there is a lot of inexperience, but this is something that allows the experience to go up. It's pretty good.
How are you feeling ahead of the Mali deployment?
Excited. Apprehensive is probably actually the best word. There is genuine nerves, but excitement at the same time. It's you join the army to do army stuff. You don't want to sit in an office. You don't want to.
All troops that are on the walls of the Sangers. It's exciting. Doing this training indicates the work that we need to do in order to be the best that we can within the squadron and individual troops.
Operating under the United Nations, it's very clear what we're there to do. We're not there to kind of bring about substantial change. We're there for peacekeeping, to support the locals. And we're working, unlike in previous operations, where in Helmand Province we were operating in a British sector, British alone. We'll be working alongside a whole host of not only other nations supporting United Nations, but a whole load of UN actors and other government agencies.
Their training for Mali continues apace. They're about to head to Louisiana for Exercise Rattlesnake, the US Army's second largest exercise of the year. Sian Greszczak, Forces News, Cyprus. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.